example number 4, we have Rolly wants to enlarge his DIY wooden storage box so that he can put more things inside it. Originally, the box area was 20x squared plus 11x plus 18 squared with a width of x plus 2 feet. After doing the changes, the area will be quantity x squared plus x 21 feet squared with a length of x plus 2 feet. Will there be an increase in both the length and the width of the cabinet? What are the final dimensions of the said box? For our given, for this problem, we have two parts. We have the original dimensions of the box, and then we have the new dimensions of the box. Again, for the area, for the original area, we have x squared plus 11x plus 18. We don't know the original length. We are supposed to look for that. For the width, we have x plus 2. For the new dimensions, we have area. The new area is x squared plus 10x plus 21. For the length, for the new length, we have x plus 7, and we are supposed to look for the width, the new width of the box. For the solution for this one, we will be dividing our solution into two. So the first one we will be solving for would be for the original length. Solve for the original length. And then the other one will be solve for the new width. Okay? Then let's compare the values later. For the solution for the original length, we will be using the values in the original dimension. But we need to take note that the area of a rectangle would be equal to length times width, and we have the given area already, which is x squared plus 11x plus 18. If you consider this as a PSP, the area, which is x squared plus 11x plus 18, which is a PSP, we can easily factor this one by, since we have a PSP, the factors of that would be two binomials. And one of the factors is already given, which is the width. So we already have x plus 2 for the width. We're supposed to look for the length, and you need to think of a binomial that if you multiply it by x plus 2, the width, you'll get the PSP. So you simply get the length value, which is x plus 9. Okay, if you double check, if you multiply x plus 9 and x plus 2, you will end up having the value. For the length, we have x plus 9. For the original length, we have x plus 9. While for the solution of the new width, we will be doing the same thing, but this time, we will be using the values in our new dimensions. Again, for the area of the rectangular box, we have length times width, and we have a new area, which is x squared plus 10x plus 21. This time, the given is the length, which is x plus 7. So we have two pairs of parentheses for our binomial factors. So we have x plus 7 for the length. We are supposed to look for the other binomial factor, and that is the width. So what should we multiply by x plus 7 to get x squared plus 10x plus 21? And that is x plus 3. Okay, so for the new width, we have x plus 3. So if you put your values in our given in the table, you can easily say that for our final conclusion, or for our final answer, if you compare the length, therefore we can say that there will be a 2 feet decrease in length. As you can see, the original length will be x plus 9, it will become x plus 7, while for the width, it will have a 1 feet increase in width, considering the original width is x plus 2, and the new dimension, or the new width, will become x plus 2. So again, our final answer would be, therefore, we can say that there will be a 2 feet decrease in length and a foot, or 1 feet increase in width. For our example number 5, we have the sides of a scalene triangle are as follows. Quantity 2a cubed minus 4ab plus 5b cubed centimeters. The second side as a measure of quantity a cubed plus 3ab plus 2b cubed centimeters. And the last side has a measure of quantity 5a cubed plus ab plus b cubed centimeters. Express its perimeter in factored form. For the given of this problem, we have the three sides. So considering it is a perimeter, we are looking for the perimeter. So basically, if you look for the perimeter of a given polygon, you simply add all the sides. So for this one, before we proceed with our solution, we are supposed to add the three sides given. So basically, we have centimeters, and we have 5b cubed plus 2b cubed plus b cubed, that would be 8b cubed. Then we have negative 4ab plus 3ab plus ab. You end up having 0 as your answer. Or you may simply say you may cancel that one out. And then for the last part, we have 2a cubed plus a cubed plus 5a cubed. We have 8a cubed. So our perimeter, if you add all the sides, we have 8a cubed plus 8b cubed. So for our solution, we will be focusing on our perimeter, which is again 8a cubed plus 8b cubed. So we need to express that perimeter in factored form. Our given again is our perimeter is 8a cubed plus 8b cubed. And I want you to check our perimeter here. This can be considered as the sum and difference of two cubes, considering the first term is a perfect cube, the same as the second term is a perfect cube, and you have a sum as your operation. So we will be using the concept of sum and difference of two cubes for this problem. So to factor our sum and difference of two cubes, we have what we call the BF, or the binomial factor. So we simply say how to get the binomial factor of our perimeter. You simply copy the operation of your binomial given, and then after that, get the cube root of the first term and the second term. So cube root of the first term, which is 8a cubed, so you have 2a. Cube root of the second term, which is 8b cubed for the second term, we have 2b. So after getting the trinomial factors, right, it would be very easy for us to get the trinomial factor. Just focus on the binomial factor that we have already. So for the first term of the trinomial factor, simply square the first term of the binomial factor, which is 2a. So that would be 4a squared. Then after that, get the opposite operation of your binomial factor that will serve as the operation of your trinomial factor of the second term, and then you have subtraction. After that, get the product of the first term and the second term of your binomial factor. You end up having 4ab. Lastly, for the last term of your trinomial factor, you have the square of the second term of your binomial factor. You have 4b squared. Lastly, you can simply put the two together, the binomial factor and the trinomial factor, for our final answer. The factored form of the perimeter of this scalene triangle is equal to quantity 2a plus 2b multiplied by quantity 4a squared minus 4ab plus 4b squared. Sorry, this was supposed to be only centimeters, considering it is a perimeter, not an area. Okay? For our last example, our example number 6, we have the area of a triangle is 64 m cubed minus 27 n cubed. Express the product of its altitude and base as polynomials in terms of m and n. For our given, we need to take note how to get the area of a given triangle. We have base times height divided by 2. Since we already have the given area, you can simply substitute the value of the area. So you end up having 64 m cubed minus 27 n cubed and that would be the equal to the base times height divided by 2. For our solution, we can put an over 1 there, and then we can simply do cross multiplication to express the product of our base and height. So if you do that, if you do cross multiply, you end up having 2 multiplied by your given area, which is 64m cubed minus 27m cubed. That would be the value of your product of the base and height. After doing that, you need to take note that this could be considered as sum and difference of 2 cubes as well. Considering the first term is a perfect cube, the second term is a perfect cube as well, and then you have a difference or a subtraction as your operation. So you can easily factor that one out, because in our given, based from the problem, we are supposed to get the factored form of the product of the base. Okay, so we could consider this 2 as one of the factors already, so we could have that already there in our final answer. So let's factor our given sum and difference of 2 cubes. So for this one, we have binomial factor, and simply get the cube root of the first term and second term, copying the operation of your binomial given. So cube root of the first term is, that would be 4m. Cube root of the second term would be 3n. Once you have that, you can simply get the trinomial factor of your given sum and difference of 2 cubes. Focus on your binomial factor. So square the first term of your binomial factor, you end up having 16m squared. Get the opposite operation of your binomial factor, that would be addition now. Then after that, multiply the first term and second term of your binomial factor. You have 12m, and lastly, square the second term of your binomial factor, that would be 9n squared. And you already have the factored form of the area of your given triangle. So for your final answer, for the base times height is equal to 2. That would be the one we have put aside earlier. So 2 multiplied by the binomial factor, which is 4m minus 3m, multiplied by the trinomial factor, that would be 16m squared plus mn plus 9m squared. Since it is a product of base and height, that would be units, not units squared. So that's it. That's a wrap for lesson 6. Thank you and goodbye.